Hello there, my name's Ben and welcome to Finish This Game. In this video we're going to be talking about Game 1. I'm going to be giving you the introduction to the skeletal game idea, talking through what's included in terms of components, the mechanics involved, and then talking through some ideas of what you can change as we get started on this game design process. And at the end of the video you'll be able to download the files that you need in order to instantly be able to print and play this game and get started in your own game design process. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Game 1 has really two main mechanics at play. Number one would be matching. Matching in a style of Uno, so matching color or matching number, as well as resource or set collection, so you are collecting things. And really it's about that you are matching, you're playing those cards in order to collect the resources. And so those two mechanics work together. It's very simple right now, and so there's a lot of room to, if you want to add in another mechanic, you could, or to give some more nuance or restrictions to the mechanics that currently exist. Let's talk about the components. The components are very simple, and this is something that I strive to do for all the Finish This Game projects. I want to make it easy to cut out and produce very quickly. And by the time you print these out, you can probably cut these out in 5 minutes. So we have 36 standard size playing cards. They're in 4 different colors. Let me show them to you here. 4 colors. And they're numbered 1 through 9. And you can see that some of them, let me find one, some of them, like that one right there, has a symbol on it, okay? Not all of them have symbols, and they're kind of randomly dispersed. Those symbols are randomly dispersed across all 4 colors, across a bunch of different numbers. So there's 36 of those cards. Next, there are also 36 of these 1 by 1 inch tokens, and these tokens have 6 each of 6 different symbols on them. These are the same symbols that are on some of those cards. And these are going to function as the resources, okay? So we got circles, ovals, triangles, squares, pentagons, and a 6-sided star. And we'll go into how that works. But so you're going to be playing the cards in order to collect these, is the general flow. And then the last thing that you have is the game board, and this really just gives you your starting place so you know where you're going to be playing the cards according to color, as well as the place to be putting the tokens each time. You're going to be flipping over tokens in different spots. I also have these gray spots on either side. They're not a part of the game yet, but I thought it's likely that some of you might want to add some more spaces to play, and so I added those into the basic file. And so as a reminder, if you want that file, just go into the description and you can go ahead and download that print and play for free. You can get started on this right away. So the goal of the game. The goal of the game is very simply to collect the most valuable resources. And you're going to be using the cards in your hand. You're going to have a hand of 3. You're going to be using the cards in your hand in order to collect the most valuable resources. And so why don't we go ahead and take a look at what a gameplay scenario would look like, so you can see what to expect. I'm going to just play a 2-player game right now. And so all I'm going to do, I have all my tokens shuffled over here, and I'm going to place one face up on each position. Okay, and as I said, right now we're not using the gray spots. That's something that potentially you could use as you design the game if you want to. I'm going to place these up out of the way right there so you can still see them. Okay, and then each player will get 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now these cards get placed down here where everyone would have access to draw some more. Okay, and I'm going to play with some open hands right now. So remember, each player's goal is to collect resources that are worth the most. Right now, I just have a linear scale of point values for the resources. So a circle is worth 1 point, an oval is worth 2 points, a triangle is worth 3, a square is worth 4, a pentagon is worth 5, and the star is worth 6. Very easy to remember. And so as you play, it's simple, just like Uno, that you need to match something. You can match colors, you can match numbers, and wherever you play, you get to take the token. So for instance, if player number 2 over here plays here, because yellow on yellow, they would then be able to collect this and put that down on their side. They would then replace that token with whatever's next, and they would draw a new card. Okay, now over here, this player could say, oh, well, maybe they'd want to go ahead and get this oval. Well, that doesn't make sense, right? Because this is worth 2 points, this is worth 6 points. So if you have a card that has a symbol on it, then you are able to just play this into your hand directly to keep this for the end of the game. At that point, of course, nothing is replaced on the board, and they just get a new card. Okay? Play continues until all the cards are gone, at the end of which you add up your points. Okay, so now you've had a simple look at what this game is, and you can see it's very basic. Really too basic to be a great game. And so you need to think about the things that you want to change, right? You could change something as basic as the theme. Right now there's no theme, it's just abstract. And so sometimes just putting a theme on something can give more significance to the choices you're making. But I think it's likely you're going to need to add a little bit more than just theme. You could change the scoring conditions, right? Right now, it's just 1 point for a circle, 6 points for a star, but you could change that in a lot of ways. You could say you need to have sets of things, you could say you need to have 3 of a kind, you need to have 3 separate. There's a million different ways you could change the way the resources score in order to give a little nuance to the way you want to play the game. You could also change the ratio of the resources. Right now I just have 6 of each, and then on the cards there's 3 of each, but you could make it so the stars are way more limited since they're worth the most number of points, and circles are way more plentiful. So hypothetically, someone could collect a bunch of circles very easily and still have a lot of points at the end. I think that combined with some more nuanced scoring conditions could be a good way to go. And then also, I think you could think about adding in some card actions, some effects that take place as you play cards that will change gameplay a little bit. And an example of this would be like in Uno, when someone has a wild card of some kind. It makes a change to the regular pattern of playing the game that allows for some strategy and some kind of surprise of how you're playing against other players. And so whether that's some kind of wild card or maybe it's some kind of actions that are required to do as a part of playing the card that you want to play, I think there's a lot of kind of rich territory to possibly explore there as well. So you want to think about all the things you can change, but before you can decide what you want to change, you have to think of one thing, which is what game are you designing, right? I gave you the skeleton, but that could get pushed in a million different directions, and so you have to really ask yourself and answer, what game do you want to make? How are you going to decide what things to change and what things to keep the same? So you have to think really, who are you making this for, right? Are you making this for a child? You know, as it stands right now, probably a 4 or 5-year-old could catch on to this game pretty well, and they could play it. So if you want to make a game for a young child, then you're going to answer this question differently than if you're playing with someone who likes more strategic, in-depth, you know, player versus player action type of thing. You're going to make different choices. So before you make up your mind and say, I'm going to change this or that, you really have to have your audience in mind. Who are you going to play this game with, and what will they enjoy? So that's the skeleton of this game 1 for Finish This Game. I'm really excited to get this project going. Remember, you have the downloads available below in this video. Just click on the links and you'll be able to get the print and play files and the rules. You'll also be able to get the original source files. So if you want to make changes digitally as you're changing things, then you can go in and make those changes. I use InDesign personally, which is an Adobe product. I also have PowerPoint files, which you could use in PowerPoint or Keynote or Google Slides if something a little more basic is your style. And if there's something you'd really like to see the source files in, just let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. And last, Finish This Game is more than just a starting idea. I really do want to support your design process. And for that to happen, we really need more ongoing discussion. You can of course leave comments below and I'll do my best to get to them. But if you really want to engage, I recommend that you go to my Instagram, go to my Facebook, and you'll find me at Circle Canoe. And Circle Canoe is where I do all my game design work. And you can see what I'm working on, but I'm especially focusing now on this Finish This Game projects where we can talk about ways you can change things. I'm going to be making new videos on there of ideas, ways you can adjust and improve these original ideas that we're starting with. So I look forward to seeing you there. Make sure you follow me. And if you like this video, give it a subscribe. And I'm going to be making more of these in the future, more game design projects. And I'm really excited about the community coming together and working on these projects together. So I'll see you in the next video.